Hello YouTube, Dave here again, back with another Starfinder related video. So this is the third of the pickup items that I got from Giant Robot Comics during their Boxing Week sale, which was buy two get one free. So I got the GM screen for free, and I opened up the Pathfinder core rulebook pawns yesterday. But today I'm saving the item that I was the most excited for last, and this is the Starfinder combat pad. So this is a magnetic initiative tracker, and this is actually looks like a really cool item. I want to see open it up and have a look at it here and give a little bit of a review on it. But first, just read the stuff on the back here. So it says, never miss a turn with the Starfinder Combat Initiative Tracker. Combat Pad Initiative Tracker. Usable with any role-playing game, this wet and dry erase board includes magnets that stick right to it. List the names of heroes and foes on the magnets using a wet or dry erase marker, then place them in initiative order. When the order changes, simply slide the magnets to their places. Take the uncertainty out of battle with Starfinder Combat Pad. So it includes one double-sided magnetic wet and dry erase board with two different sides designed specifically for tactical and starship combat. 2 sheets of magnets, each with 13 light blue player character magnets, 13 orange enemy magnets, 9 dark blue non-player character magnets, 2 round arrows, 2 turn arrows, and 2 next turn arrows. So we'll open up here. One of the things that I really like about this, because, you know, where it looks like you got all these magnets that come out of the sheets, storing this may be difficult, so they actually did include a resealable bag. This is the way that the product comes. So if you take everything out, it's still going to be easy to just put everything back in the bag. So right off the top, that is something that I do really like. And I guess I should also show the price here. So we get it to focus. It's $24.99 US, and I believe it was a little over $30 Canadian. So it was around the same price as the Pathfinder pawns, and I ended up paying about $70 after taxes. So I think they were around 33 or 30 some odd dollars Canadian. But this is something that I really wanted to get, and this was an item that even if there wasn't a sale on, and I had to choose between the 3 or 2 out of the 3, depending on how much money I had, then this was going to be one of the items that I purchased for sure. So first, let's just open it up here. Oh, sorry. That's a little louder than I was expecting. All right, slide it out here. Okay, so we got this paper sleeve, which is probably going to be the same as the others, and have the open gaming license information on the inside. Oh, no, it's just blank. Okay, cool. I guess there's nothing really D20 related on here. And so here we've got our sheets. So these are sheets of magnets. So what I'll do is just, okay, and we got our combat sheet. Wow, and that's just a thick piece of cardstock for, I guess, to hold everything together. I was kind of expecting the combat pad to be a little bit thicker, but that's okay. You got the magnets kind of stuck to them there. So this is our tactical combat side. And then we've got our starship combat side. So that's kind of cool. I guess you could put your stuff here. So you got like the starfield, some hexes. So this is probably where you put some ships, I imagine. And we got, like I said, our rounds, number of rounds on the side. I don't know how much I'd really need to keep track of that unless there's some effects that are effective for a certain number of rounds. Then you can kind of put some notes on there. So let's use the combat side here. All right, and just a little demonstration. So I'm just gonna pull out a couple of. All right, just get a couple of these out, and I don't think they're going to pop back in there. So that's, again, a good reason to have the bag included. Alright. And they actually, oh, just pulled that up there, they actually stay on pretty good. So you can, like, even if you shake the board, it barely moves, so that's pretty cool. So then what you have, so we'll just basically put your initiative thing here, and you can just put the player character's name on there. So we're just going to put character 1, and yeah, so you just do that for their initiatives. I'll pop out a monster one as well. I'm not going to show too many of these right now just because you don't really, I mean, you basically get the point, but let's just say, so we got character 1, and orange is for the monsters, so this will be Space Goblin. I don't know why I wrote that in red, but that's not really important. But so you can just kind of write the names of the creatures on there and their initiatives. Now, I will say that this would be a really great thing to use, honestly, for... I want to go back and run some advanced Dungeons & Dragons adventures at some point in the near future, and truth be told, this combat pad would be really, really perfect for it, since you can actually change the initiative order instead of having to, you know, like keep track of everyone's numbers each round. You can actually just put their names on them, determine what it is for the round, and arrange them. So I think when I run AD&D, I'm probably going to actually end up using this because I think this is really useful. Another cool thing is where you got the rounds here. If I'm running 2nd edition AD&D, for example, every second round would be your 2 attacks. So if it's so if you got a fighter that's specialized in their weapon, round 1 they get their normal 1 attack per round at first level. Round 2 they get 2. So that's some pretty cool stuff there. You could also have something like, say, somebody cast a spell that, you know, on round 1 that lasts for 3 rounds, right, or lasts for 4 rounds or something like that. You could put spell ends and kind of circle it, which they showed examples of here, right? So they got some things there. You can also have like Space Goblin hit points. And let's just say they go from, let's just say 7 down to 3, down to 1 to 0. So there's a lot of stuff that you can kind of keep track of, which is really, really cool. They do have arrows that you can do for like the rounds, stuff like that, and things that you know, end on the next round. So you could have an effect that lasts till the end of next turn or the start of their next turn, and you can use that to sort of indicate. You got the dark blue ones if you have any NPCs involved in the battle, but that is basically, so that's basically it. And like I said, this was the item of all the things, I think, you know, besides the Game Master screen, because I definitely want to have that if I'm going to run Starfinder. But this is the item that, if I had to choose between the two, I would probably honestly take this one first, just because this can be used outside of Starfinder. It's just an initiative tracker, which is great, but you can, you know, use it for anything, any sort of game that has a, you know, an initiative system for their combats. Then you can use this for, and that is really, really awesome. And you know, thinking about it from the point of view of wanting to run Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 1st and 2nd edition, where the initiatives change every round, this is going to come in really, really handy. And this is something that I'm actually really happy to have, and it wipes up pretty good. So you can clean it off pretty easily, which is nice. It doesn't seem to leave any you know, stains or streaks or anything behind, which is great. One thing I will say, I was corrected on this, and I want to apologize, because when I was doing my combat grid for 5th edition D&D, I was under the impression that the Crayola markers were always considered to be the wet erase markers because they're washable and you can wipe them off really easily. And I basically had grown up always thinking that those were wet erase markers, and we played a game using another type of mat, and a friend of mine had, he called them wet erase markers. So that was really, really, really early on when I started playing D&D. So I just always thought that that's what those were, and it turns out that's not the case. I guess they are markers that are similar to these, except they were, I guess, meant to be used on overhead projectors. Which something that probably a lot of people, well, like kids, nowadays probably don't know what those are. But I was told that that's what wet erase markers actually are. So if I was wrong and the Crayola markers that I had are not considered washable, or not considered wet erase, then I apologize that I had the wrong idea in my head. But anyway, so I just wanted to kind of get that out of the way. So as far as like putting these back in, I don't know if they'll pop back in and actually stay. Doing it on yeah. So it's definitely a good thing that it comes with the bag. I mean, it kind of does. Actually, it kind of pops back in there. That's not too bad. But I'm so glad that it comes with the bag. That way it makes the transporting just really, really easy. And the other thing is, this is sort of a thin cardstock, but at the same time, it doesn't really feel cheap. I don't know. I actually like the way that this feels, and I like the way that it works. So it does a really good job. Again, putting the stuff on there, the magnetic pieces on there, and I shook it pretty, vigorously, and the trackers didn't move. So like they didn't come off. They barely. I think the one barely slid. So to me, overall, this is a really great product. And where I was a little bit concerned about the price of the Starfinder pawns, I consider this to be worth the price because you can get a lot of use out of this, and I think that this is definitely a fantastic product. And even if you're not running Starfinder, but if you're running something like, say you're someone who likes to run Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, so if you're an AD&D person, then this could be something that can be very, very helpful or very useful, depending on the initiative system that you use. So if you use the individual initiative every round, then this thing could be a great addition to your gaming accessories. So this is something that I think is just really cool. Really happy to have it, and I highly recommend this product. Of all the things that I've shown off this week so far, this is probably the one that I recommend the most. I just think that this is so cool, and again, can be used well beyond Starfinder. I mean, the Starship side really can't be used beyond Starfinder, but just the regular tactical combat is something that can easily be used for any other role-playing game, which is fantastic. So again, love this product, highly recommend it. $24.99 US. Like I said, I think I paid a little over, I think it was around $33 plus tax Canadian. And for me, this was well worth the price. So anyway, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And if you have this product yourself, have you used it, and how does it work? How do you feel it works in combat? So I guess actually the one thing I forgot to mention with these arrows is you can actually even slide down. So the other arrow for the turn slides down with each individual. So like you start with this person's, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't know what the turn thing was going to be used for. I guess I should have looked at this a little closer before I opened it. This is going to be really handy, again, for me. There are times that especially if there's like reactions or complicated reactions that occur in combat, like something that somebody can do as a reaction that feels like it's something that you do normally in a turn, I kind of lose track and move on to the next person, even though it's not technically the end of that other individual's turn. They just did it like a reaction or something. So this could be something that can be useful, and for those purposes, so I don't screw that up as often as I tend to. You got the round counter there, which is great. Again, you can put your notes on there, which are really cool. Just an overall fantastic product. So anyway, again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below this product. Let me know if you have it, and again, how you found it in terms of usefulness in your games. And let me know if you've used it for other RPGs other than just Starfinder. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.